Good morning, everyone. Wanted to go over the new Wines by the Glass, which we are going to implement starting Friday night this week, because we've actually decided to just make all the changes at once because we're running out of the wines that we currently serve by the glass, and we're running out of the ones that are going to change. So we're going to make this kind of wholesale change starting Friday night. So I want to go over that so that you are familiar with it before you come to work Friday and can be informed and professional and smooth and polished in your service. So, the sparkling wines, we're going to change one. We're going to keep the Bissell JL Rosé Prosecco. We're going to change the Veuve Clicquot Champagne to back to the Roeder Estate Brut. And of course, you should know this well because we served it by the glass for a long time. It's from Anderson Valley in California. It's made by the Roeder people from Champagne. It's just their California project, and it's Roeder. It is one of the best California sparkling wines. It tastes an awful lot like champagne, and it's just a lot more affordable. We'll be selling it for $19 a glass instead of $27 a glass for the Clico. So I think it will sell well, and it's an excellent wine. So that's the change in the sparkling ones. The Clico is going to go away and be replaced by the Roeder Estate Brut. Next, in the German Austrian section, that will stay the same. We'll continue to serve the Dr. Lozen Riesling that people love so much, and we'll continue to serve the Somm Crocker Gruner Veltliner that we just added last week. That's a really superb wine. It's, as I've said, it's dry, it's full-bodied, almost full-bodied like a Chardonnay, but I know high minerality, high acidity, really beautifully polished, superb wine made in a joint venture between one of the greatest sommeliers in the world and the kind of most highly regarded family winemaking winemakers in Austria. The Gruner Veltliner is the flagship grape of Austria. This is a superb wine. So then we go to Pinot Grigio. We're going to delete the Pinot Grigio category, so we won't be serving a Pinot Grigio by the glass. Um, Sauvignon Blancs, we're going to change the Mary Edwards Sauvignon Blanc to the Domaine d'Aulnay Sancerre, which again you should be familiar with it. So the ones, if you've been here with us for a while, you should be familiar with it because we used to serve it by the glass. It's Sauvignon Blanc from Sancerre, which is a small village on the southern bank of the Loire River in France. Um, it's it's dry. It's very dry, high minerality, and the soil there is decomposed oyster shells from the ice age when the glaciers receded. They left behind these decomposed oyster shells, which makes up the soil there, and that comes through in the wine. And Sancerre is kind of the iconic summer patio white wine. Um, and if people love Sancerre, that'll be $20 a glass. So I think that will be very popular and sell very well, and people will really enjoy it. Um, the Chardonnays are not going to change. The Vinho Verde is not going to change. So the Chardonnays will be the Sonoma-Cutrer Les Pierre and the Cumeo River Village, and the Vinho Verde will continue to be the Broadbent. Rosés, the rosés are going to change. We're going to have two rosés. One is a Provence rosé from Domaine Fonsaint. It's called Gris de Gris. Gris is pink in French, so it's a pink wine made from pink grapes because the grapes in this wine are Grenache Gris, uh, or pink Grenache grapes, and it's from Provence, which is kind of the birthplace of rosé. Um, this is one of my personal favorite wines of all. I love this wine, and it is archetypal Provence rosé. It's beautiful color, smells like flowers, all kind, loads and loads of flowers, paper whites, nasturtiums, lilies, just all these floral notes. And it's dry and fresh on the palate, and it's again beautiful wine to drink on the patio in spring and summer. Um, and then we're going to add Sancerre Rosé from Francois Crochet. So this is Pinot Noir made by one of the most respected winemakers in Sancerre, Francois Crochet. Um, it's a rosé made from Pinot Noir grapes in Sancerre. So this is an important point. If somebody asks you for a glass of Sancerre, you need to ask them if they want the white Sancerre or the rosé Sancerre. And so it's a little bit more full bodied than the white Sancerre. I mean, it's all yeah, and it's um, it's a little more refined and elegant than the Provence rosé, being from the Loire Valley, which is a cooler climate. And both of these rosés, these are really beautiful wines, and I'm excited about offering both of them. Um, so we have two rosés, the Provence rosé and the Sancerre rosé. And that's how they'll be listed on the wine list. So it should make it easier for people to order them from you. Uh, Pinot Noirs, we're going to change both Pinot Noirs. The Left Coast Cellars is going to go away, and the Domaine Nico is going to go away because we've sold the distributor out of it. So we're going to have two Pinot Noirs. We're going to have a Montoya Pinot Noir from Monterey, California. Monterey is south of San Francisco. This is an amazing wine. It is way over delivers at the price point. On our wine list, it's going to be $14. Because it's because that's the minimum price per Bruce. Both the rosés will be $14. It's really an amazing wine at its price point. It's almost more full bodied than you expect Pinot Noir to be. It's really soft and lush on the palate, and it has beautiful finish. It's just fantastic wine. Montoya, Montoya. And then we're going to replace the Domaine Nico with a Willamette Valley Pinot Noir called Failla, Failla, Failla. Failla. And Failla is one of the most highly respected wineries in the Willamette Valley. And this wine is superb, and it'll be $20 a glass. And I think people will love it, and they'll order it, and they'll enjoy it. And so two really terrific Pinot Noirs, one $14, the Montoya, and one $20, the Failla. So that's Pinot Noir. Then the Italian reds, we're going to keep the Vietti Barbera, but we're going to replace the Feodo Montone Nero d'Avola with a Chianti Classico, because I think this will be more kind of easily approachable for the average guest in our restaurant. People kind of know what Chianti is. And this is from a winery called Brancaglia, which is a very highly regarded winery in Chianti. Chianti Classico is a sub-region of Chianti, smaller region where the conditions are more well suited, and so it's Chianti Classico has a little bit significantly better wine than Chianti on average, and Brancaglia is a very highly regarded producer. This is a terrific wine. Um, it's medium bodied, it's dry, it has lots of bright red cherry fruit. Um, there's a little bit of tan in there, but it's not really noticeable. There's a nuance of oak, but it's not really that noticeable. Um, and one thing about Chianti is that it's Sangiovese grapes. It's a blend of Sangiovese, Canaiolo, and Colorino grapes, but predominantly Sangiovese. And one thing about Sangiovese, it pretty much always has high acidity for a red wine, which makes it very compatible with lots of foods. So the two Italian reds will be the Vietti Barbera d'Asti and the Chianti Classico from Brancaglia, Brancaya. And then the Cabernet Sauvignon section is going to change to just Cabernet section. We're going to have a Cabernet Sauvignon from Chile. It is from a winery called De Martino, and it's a single vineyard bottling called Legato. It's going to be $16 by the glass. And again, De Martino is one of the most highly regarded wineries in Chile. This is from the Maipo Valley in Chile. And of course, I don't really need to tell you what Cabernet Sauvignon tastes like. It's full bodied, it's dry, it's tannic, it's has some oak and um, really, rich, intense, full bodied flavors. And this is just a very, very excellent Cabernet Sauvignon at a very affordable price. Uh, so the De Martino Legato Cabernet Sauvignon for $16 a glass, and then we're gonna serve the Cabernet Franc from a winery called Zuccardi. It's called Zuccardi, Zuccardi Cabernet Franc Q. It's from Mendoza, Argentina, which of course is kind of the best winemaking area in Argentina. Again, Zuccardi is one of the most highly respected wineries in Argentina. It's not as big as Catena, but they make really superb wines. I think some publication recently says Zuccardi was the best winery in the world. Um, Cabernet Franc, as contrasted with Cabernet Sauvignon, I always say Cabernet Franc is more like blue fruits, like blueberries and currants, than black fruits like blackberries and black currants. In Cabernet Sauvignon, it's also full-bodied and dry. There's some oak, but it's similar to Cabernet Sauvignon, but different from Cabernet Sauvignon. And my experience in the last few years is Cabernet Franc is kind of all the rage these days. Everybody it loves um, Cabernet Franc, and and I think this will be two really excellent wines. The Cabernet Franc is going to be $18 a glass. So, under 20, both superb wines people really enjoy. And then the Côte d'Rôme will stay the same and the Malbec will stay the same. Um, then there's going to be one change on the dessert wine by the glass list. We're going to do away with Kopke 30-year-old tawny and replace it with the Quinta du Noval 10-year-old tawny and for $14. And that's Quinta, Quinta Donoval is the winery. And Quinta de Noval is pretty universally regarded as the great port winery of all. Their 1931 Nacional bottling and their 1963 Nacional bottling are regarded as the two greatest ports ever made. I've been lucky enough to taste them a couple of times, and they're mind-boggling wines. Um, uh, so that's a big upgrade. It'll be $14 a glass, so I think it'll sell a lot better than the Kopke, which I think is $30 a glass, and that's kind of a lot for a wine that's not all that great. And so this is $14 for wine that is really great. The Quinta de Noval 10-year-old tawny port. So that's it. That's our new Wine by the Glass program that will be starting Friday night. I hope every one of you watches this or listens to it so that you'll be ready to go when we start service on Friday night. Thank you very much.